Well, good morning, guys. Hey, it is Melanie Mitro here at my business page, and I'm really excited about our Business Tip Tuesday today. I am going to be talking to you guys about Instagram. And before I kind of jump in, I'm just going to give everybody a minute or two to jump on. Once you are on live, go ahead and tag some friends. Let's get this party started. Give me some hearts or likes and just let me know that you can hear me okay this morning and that my audio is working. So I'm on my phone today versus on my computer screen. So I'm hoping that everything is working just fine. So, all right, guys. So today we're talking about Instagram. Let me just give you a little bit of backstory on Instagram because I feel like this sets the stage perfectly. I don't know how many of you right now tell me where your primary source is to run your business. Is it your Facebook personal page, your Facebook like page? Is it your Instagram account? Would you say that you're a blogger or do you have a website? What drives the most traffic for you in your business right now? So I'm waiting for you guys to kind of answer that question and then we'll dive right in. So for me, my main source of business when I began coaching, which was, oh my gosh, it has been 6 years now. So 6 years ago when I joined, Facebook was sort of that was the platform. Instagram was newer and I didn't have an Instagram account. But when I became a coach, I signed up for an Instagram account. I can remember having zero idea exactly what Instagram was. I just liked the way that it filtered my pictures. And so I would filter and use the filters. And then that is how I would, take and I would copy and paste everything onto Facebook. And that was really where I got started with Instagram, having zero understanding of tags and following people or even what the purpose was. So I do feel like I just sort of used it as a way to make my pictures look pretty at the beginning. So let me just pause for 1 second because I can see that you guys are giving me comments and I can't see them for whatever reason on my page. So just give me 1 second to go to my page here so I can see what you guys are saying. And then it won't hold us up. Okay. All right. Aha. All right. Started my blog today, mainly my Facebook. All right. Can't quite figure Instagram out. I do not like Facebook. So I need this tip. Okay. So Facebook. All right. So here's the thing. I started my Facebook, 6 years ago. And if you were to go back and look at my original Instagram posts, they were not good. But what happened is I learned through this process of trial and error, through being a learner, through going out to YouTube and just putting in Instagram tips. And then I began to just trial and error, figure it out. And so I've compiled a list of some of the things that you can focus on right now to help you grow your business on Instagram. I believe that Instagram is, Facebook was sort of my generation, but I feel that Instagram is becoming the newer generation. It is like the hot social media at this point in time. I know for me, Instagram is very visual. I go there when I'm looking for a certain thing. I use the search function quite often if I'm looking for a recipe, if I'm looking for something related to fashion. I find myself going to Instagram because it is so visual. Like Pinterest, is very visual as well. I find that those are the two areas. I don't go to Facebook and search anymore. I don't go to Facebook and put in the search bar, 21-day fix recipes because it's just so different. Although I would do that on Instagram and I would do that on Pinterest. So the first thing that you need to think about when you're starting your Instagram account, the over and above, before you do anything else, the number one thing is you want to think to yourself, know who you want to reach and who you want to see your stuff. That's number one. And I think a lot of times, true, we don't know our brand. We don't know who we are. So you have to think about what is the thing that you want. Why do you want people to come to your page? That's number one. What do you want them to do? What action do you want people to take? Are they buying a product from you? Are they coming there for just inspiration and motivation? Are they coming there for fashion, for tips, for decoration? Is it mom tips, or what is it? Are you selling an ebook? Are you selling a product? Are you selling a service? And so you need to be very crystal clear on why people are going to come to your Instagram. When they come to your site, what do you want them to do? So that's number one. And then the second thing is, who are you as a person? So if you want to attract young women to your Instagram account, or 50-year-old women to your Instagram account for health and fitness tips, you would not be showing pictures of 20-year-olds in bikinis. If does that make sense? If you are somebody who loves paleo lifestyle, and you want to teach people the paleo lifestyle, your Instagram feed is not going to be, pizza and ice cream, unless it is like a modified version of that. So you have this box that you want to stay in. And so that is very important. If you want people of a certain age, of a certain genre to come to your page, you have to stay within that. So this is sort of where I want you to make a little list of the things that you're looking for in people. So I think to myself, when people come to my site, I want them to be inspired to make a change. I want to give them some simple, easy recipes, or teaching them how to use good portion control. I want to give them suggestions on some of the things that have worked for me, such as recipes, or things I find at the grocery store, or my favorite brands, that fitness brands, and obviously some like beauty brand is in there too. So what people are not coming to my Instagram account for is my kids, is our just like our whole life, in general. They're not coming to my Instagram account to see the way that maybe I decorate my home. They're not coming to my Instagram account for the parties that I throw at my house and all the group photos that I have of people, but they're going to come to my Instagram if they want to see food for when I throw that party, or some of my favorite recipes when I entertain, or healthier drink recipes. My Facebook is going to be the photo album of the new house that we bought, or the party that we had. That's where I can put all of the photos, where Instagram is the best one. And then the other thing is, people want to see good quality when they come to Instagram. So Instagram is visual. So once you figure out what do you want people to do when they come to your site, does my page sort of have a theme to it? Does it have the same kind of a theme? The next thing is Instagram is visual. So people really want, they want to be, it's visually pleasing. If they come to your page and you have grainy, dark, blurry photos that aren't aesthetically pleasing, you are not going to attract as many people as if you had eye-catching photos. So here's a couple of things. You never use the forward-facing camera when you're taking a photo for Instagram. The quality isn't as good as if you use that rear-facing one. Now, I know we all want to be able to see ourselves before we take a photo, but you're going to have to understand that the quality is very important here. So what you're going to do is you're going to set it up. Get yourself a tripod for your iPhone, or a tripod for your digital camera. And that's an investment in your business, that if you're going to grow an Instagram business, if you want your business to grow, then you have to embrace the fact that you need to have a few tools. I bought my tripod for less than $20 on Amazon, and done. All right. So I position myself where I want myself to be, and you want to look at your background. So what's going on behind you? Is it dark? Is it cluttered? What is the focus of your photo? If the focus of your photo is a move that you're doing for a workout, or maybe it's a cup that you have with your coffee in it, and you're talking about the coffee that you're drinking, you want to make sure that your photo is front and center. It's big and and bold. You're using the real estate. You know, it's in the square format. You can actually set your phone to square, and you aren't like standing back. You know, for Instagram, photos that are closer up, that are very crystal clear, that you use some of the effects to edit and make it pop, is what is going to get the most engagement. So keep those things in mind. I know you can't see yourself, but you're just going to have to practice getting that photo to take correctly. Really focus on what you want to promote, and ask yourself when you go to post that photo, is this consistent with my message, with my brand and who I am? The other thing with Instagram is most people tend to stick with the same color palette. So you maybe use the same colors or the same filter all the time. The filter might be a really good one to consider. Maybe not always the same, you know, same colors, but the same filter will help just give your Instagram a consistent message. The other thing is your profile is a really great way to help you just be bold about who you want to reach. So in your profile, do not write Beachbody Coach. Maybe you want to write, you know, busy mom of boys who loves working out and eating clean, right? But then talk a little bit about you, like ice cream lover, champagne lover, everything sparkly, right? Boy mom life, lover of clean eating recipes, you know, so you want to think about, who are you? Are you a dog mom, a cat mom, you know, mom of toddler, homeschooling? Are you a busy corporate woman trying to, you know, positively influence society? You know, you just think about, what is it? Who are you? Do not put in your profile your link to your Beachbody site or your Roden and Field site or your Plexus site or whatever company you work for. Hopefully you have either your email in there or your Facebook or your Insta, you know, a place where people can connect with you. And that's why I created my blog, my website, my MelanieMitro.com, was so that people could come and connect with me outside of my Instagram, and then that would help push people towards a certain decision as well. Okay? All right. So moving on. The next thing is this. You can't overthink your Instagram. You can't overthink your posts. It doesn't matter what social media platform you are on. You have to get content out there. And regularity of content is key. So the average number of posts you should be making on Instagram per day is about 3. And you want to vary the times of day that you're posting your content so that it's reaching people regardless of where they're at as far as time zone or when they are available to scroll social media. So you want to be on a couple of times a day, and that is really important. And you want to make sure that you are you. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be other people you follow on social media. Be you. If you love pizza, you talk about pizza. If you love donuts, you talk about donuts. If you love high intensity cardio interval training, talk about that. If you like motivational tanks, you talk about that. And most people say to me, but I'm boring, Melanie. I don't have anything to talk about. Well, guess what? I think I'm pretty boring too, but I go out there and find things to talk about. When I'm creating my content schedule, I'm thinking to myself, what can I take pictures of? What am I already doing in my daily life that I can make visually appealing so that it can help to build my business? I create that content schedule for that reason. All right, so the next thing is, how do I get noticed on Instagram? How do you get noticed and be noticed or get involved? So hashtags and tags are going to be the number one way that you can get noticed. So for starters, before we even step into that, you want to connect to all the people that you have on your Facebook account. So if you look at your Instagram, on the top left, there's just a little plus sign and friends, and it allows you to follow or find all of the people that are on Facebook. If you're looking for that engagement, go follow all those people. I guarantee you have some people that are following you on Facebook but don't even know you have an Instagram account. When you start following them, then what happens is you can begin that back and forth interaction with them. The next thing is tags and hashtags. Now, I didn't know what a hashtag was at the beginning. I didn't know the importance of tags. I sort of just was winging it. Now, when you're using hashtags and tags, you want to put them right in the actual body of your description that you're typing. And so you give yourself maybe a couple of spaces, and I think that you can do up to 25 tags. I usually am like 15 tags, 10 to 15. Think about you. Think about things that you would go out and research. So if I am looking for people like me, I would search for boy mom. I also look at like what clothes I'm wearing in the picture. If I'm wearing Lululemon, I hashtag that. If I have Nike Flyknit shoes on, if I'm wearing, a certain brand of a headband, so sweaty bands, I always hashtag that. Sometimes it's like Bowflex weights. You want to hashtag the brands, because if you can get the brand to see what you're posting about their stuff, they may endorse you. They may use your photo. That actually happened to me with the Carrie Underwood brand, that Calia. I had worn one of the hats and the scarves that around Christmas time, and I tagged that, and what ended up happening is they contacted me and asked me if they could use that photo on their website and on their Instagram. That was a great way for me to get free followers and to get people to follow me by shouting out another brand and saying why I love it. So another thing to do is, that's also why I'll do like a product review. So Halo Top ice cream, for example, I got the Halo Top ice cream. I hashtagged Halo Top Creamery. I talked about our favorite one. I talked about why it was good, why it was a better option. I made sure that I hashtagged that brand. And what happened is they commented and said, can we use your photo for our Instagram account? Now, of course, you got to make sure that you're following all the other rules. You've got good quality photos, that they're clear, they're taking up the space. They look a little bit on the professional side, but that is absolutely how you can kind of get that interaction. All right. So, all right. That used to be, Allison, it used to be that you should put your hashtags in the comments, but things change so often, and the most current update is that it needs to be right in the actual like text of your Instagram post. So I just leave a couple of spaces, and then that's where I do my tags, so that it doesn't kind of run into the post. All right. And when you're out there searching for somebody's stuff, it pulls hashtags based on the actual post, not on the comments. So your comments become irrelevant in that search position. All right. So hopefully that helps you guys as well. All right. So the other thing is this. When you think about your tags and your hashtags, I have some that I use all the time. Boy mom, fit mom. I use at home workout. I usually will tag like 21 day fix. I try to, whatever the picture is talking about, I think about what would I search: clean eating breakfast recipe, eat clean vegan, those sorts of things. You want to kind of think outside of the box. If you have hashtags that you notice that you use every stinking day, you can just copy those hashtags into the notes section of your phone, and you can just copy and paste those, so that you sort of have kind of a running list of ones that you always tend to use. All right, so tagging people. So if you were with somebody, tag them. Or if you loved somebody else's photo and you're going to share that photo, give that person credit at Emily Gordon, right? So that person gets credit. If you are tagging a place that you're at, if you go to Off the Hook for dinner and you're cheersing your drinks, tag the restaurant at Off the Hook for cocktail hour, right? Love this new watermelon Moscow Mule. And so what happens is, when Off the Hook is looking at who visited their restaurant, they may see you and then repost that on their site as one of the customers that came in, which now allows all of the customers that follow Off the Hook to now see your Instagram post and to become real followers, people that actually follow you and follow back. All right. So the next thing that you want to do, guys, is engagement. So you can have a lot of followers on your Instagram account, but you can have low engagement. And so what I mean by that is you can have, 10,000 followers, but only get 50 likes or 0 comments on photos. And so you want to really focus on the fact that, hey, this is social media. It means it's social. In order for it to work, you want to be interacting with the people that are giving you love. You want to show them that you appreciate the fact that they are showing up and giving you some interaction. So when you post an Instagram photo, hang around. You know, people that make a comment back. Give yourself 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or maybe a certain time of the day where you interact with your followers and you go in and you thank people for participating and you thank people for joining. And so in that case, you know, you want to interact with people so that it's kind of like the Pavlov's dog theory. I messed that up. Pavlov's dog theory, where, you know, the more you reinforce somebody for doing something, the more likely they are to come back because they know that you noticed and you are giving them reinforcement. So if you want people to interact, you need to show that interaction back with people as well. All right. To get interaction, you ask questions. To get interaction, you put things out there that elicit a response. And yes, this is something that I have to work on. So I try to give myself the so what test that I learned from Danielle Natoni, where you look at your stuff and you say, is this a so what post? Is this post going to teach somebody something, inspire somebody to do something, take action, make a certain recipe, or what, right? Am I teaching somebody a tip or tool, or am I giving content that they would ask questions about? So this is where you do just a social media audit, where you go down through, and there are certain Instagram posts of mine that I'm like, man, I thought that was going to be amazing, and it wasn't at all. And so it's kind of like trial and error, hit and miss. You're not always going to have incredible traction. Sometimes you're going to post things you thought were going to just fly off and be amazing, and they're not. And that doesn't mean your social media is bad. It just means you need to tweak it and learn a little bit more. So you ask yourself, if I was a follower, what would make me want to comment? What would make me want to interact with somebody? If you're just showing up every day and doing a sweaty selfie, but you don't have anything that says like, this is my motivational tip for the day, or, you know, tag a friend that could use this today, or what did you think about this, or asking for an opinion, you're not going to get any kind of response back. All right. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have in my notes? Last but not least, I think that the last thing, guys, that I want to just say to you is this. I hope this was helpful, and if there are questions, now is the time to ask those questions. But I'm going to say to you this. Stop overthinking it. Stop overanalyzing it. Do not let yourself have analysis paralysis. If you want to grow your following, you need to take action now. It is not going to hurt you to make a mistake, because none of you have 100,000 followers, right? You're not going to instantly lose people. And if you do lose people, they're not the kind of people you want to attract in the first place. So figure out what are the kinds of things you want to talk about on your Instagram account. Update your profile and start today. Start getting in the mindset of saying, I want to post about these 5 things on my Instagram, and this is how I want to use it. Start searching the hashtags of the things that you are hashtagging, your interests, and start following other accounts that you admire, other normal people, and like on their stuff and follow them and ask them to follow you back, and just be social. Set the timer, 20 minutes a day, where you're going to engage and look and find and comment on other people's stuff. And I promise you, if you set a goal to say, I am going to grow my Instagram following by 500 or 1,000 in the next 30 days, and you write your current number on your, on a sticky note and put it on your computer screen, or you make it the whole background of your phone, and then you go in that direction of every day showing up and looking for people to add, I guarantee that it is going to work for you too. But you have to put that energy and effort in a concentrated place in order to make it happen. All right? Okay, Marie, just to answer a few questions here before we close things out, you can set the timer if you're gonna use a tripod. You can set yourself timer for 10 seconds or 3 seconds. You can get one of those Bluetooth clickers, and that works just fine. So those are the 2 ways that you can do it. Would you suggest creating a new one? No, keep the one you have, edit the profile. Maybe you go through and you delete out some of the really bad pictures that you have, but don't start a new one. Use what you have, just change it, edit it, give it a new look, reintroduce introduce yourself and start fresh. You know, you never want to get rid of what you already have. It's kind of a warm market of people that you're already friends with. So definitely keep that there. All right. Other questions you can use, yep, the timer. Anything else? Let's see here. Other questions that you guys have. So bottom line is this, Instagram is the way to go. You know, Instagram is definitely the newest up and coming social media. If you want more training on this, which I encourage you to not just stop here, I feel like we've only scratched the surface, go to YouTube. Type in 2017 Instagram tips or how to grow my following, because you want relevancy, because we all know social media changes really fast, so we need to stay relevant. And so what you want to do is you want to go in, you want to search some tips, you want to watch a couple of videos and then implement. Video, implement. Do not just stop at that. Also, you use your Instagram account. It's a business account. Don't make it personal. Make it a business. Don't make it private. People can't search you. It needs to be public, all right? So that's something else. Third-party apps that send out mass messages. Yes, do not use a third-party app. Do not send out mass messages. You really want to grow this authentically and organically. Do not pay a website to guarantee that you're going to get 5,000 new followers, because are those people actually going to be people in your niche? Probably not. If I was going to pay a site to get me followers, I would want to make sure that they are mid-30 something moms of kids, right? Because otherwise I don't need, 18-year-olds from a totally different company or a different country to be following me. I want people United States, Canada, right? That are following me. Does that make sense? All right. Okay. I'm glad that this was helpful, guys. I do not use a special light. This is natural light. So you go to your house, you literally find a place in your house that has natural light, and that's how you get it. So, sometimes that means you have to move. I move my workouts, I move my videos, I change my lighting, I put up curtains, I sometimes turn on a light. I find different areas to get the best lighting, and it sometimes takes a little bit of time. All right, so now my home phone is ringing and I am gonna go. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And feel free to share this, tag your coaches, tag other people in the comments that you feel that this would be helpful for. I will turn this into a YouTube video. I'll upload it on my YouTube and get it out there later today. So anyways, thanks so much for following me and for being a part of my Business Tip Tuesdays, and hopefully this helps you guys with your social media as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.